Listen, I've been running through a couple of your cases. You've been very busy. But before we even get to your cases, I got to ask you, uh, do you sleep well at night?
You're exactly right. And one of the ways that I'm able to sleep at night is to have a staff that has grown from only one person about 2 years ago into 7 people today. And these people encompass attorneys and administrative personnel, calendar clerks, paralegals. And because of those people who manage the various aspects of the cases at all different stages, I'm able to get a little bit more sleep and sounder sleep. However, I still sometimes wake up in the middle of the night and think to myself, oh gosh, what about on that Johnson versus Acme case? Did
Right.
we file this or that? And I'm becoming more comfortable with the abilities of those around me. When I graduated from law school, I really didn't know what area of law that I'd want to do, whether it would be in personal injury, employment litigation, contracts, administrative law, family law. And like many lawyers, my first job as an attorney was in a field that, I wasn't particularly interested in. As we all know, you can't just graduate from college or a secondary institution and become those things. You have to, I guess some might call it, pay your dues or work in other areas first. And then, if you're fortunate, maybe have an opportunity in an area of your choice further down the road. So,
I did, according to them, I would, I mean, me walking down the grocery, I would think that this is real.
yes, as did I. And it's something that if you don't look at closely, you'd have no reason to think otherwise. And that, is sort of, the issue that, I deal with because a lot of most of these things, heck, all consumer products and services, there's a presumption that what the consumer is reading or buying and relying upon is in fact truthful. And
What is really real when we walk into the grocery store? Okay, tell me about this lawsuit here with the formula.
well, that is a really interesting one. And I'll tell you that this case and several other cases that I filed similar to this one
Oh,
were originally, well, they were based in part on academic studies, are taking their infant formula that by its definition is marketed to infants, defined as 0 to 12 months old, and rebranding that same infant formula as something called transition formula, numerous aisles and thousands of different products. If the average consumer would have to pick up each product and turn it around and put on their reading glasses and scrutinize the small print on the ingredient list, they
right.
wouldn't have time to get home and cook dinner.
Supermarket is a very treacherous environment if you're trying to eat well or eat healthily. It's a very sophisticated landscape that's been designed to extract as many dollars from your wallet as possible. Everything from the music, the number of beats in the music you hear, to the location of products on the shelves, to the layout of the whole thing is designed to get you to buy as much as possible. So, for example, the milk will always be the maximum number of paces from the door. And the reason is that most people want to go get a quart of milk and they want them to pass as many other things on the way as possible. So the path to the milk will have many, many temptations along it.
When we're talking about everyday commodities, whether it's food or whether it's cell phones or cosmetics, our first hurdle is to, demonstrate to the court that there's something here that merits a further look. So once we do that, we do our best to do that by using, as many facts as possible and to explain why, whatever is being sold is in fact misleading and deceptive to consumers.
Therefore, it is legally allowed to be called whiskey, just not Canadian whiskey. In the United States, meanwhile, flavored whiskey is allowed to be designated as such so long as it is at least 60 proof, 30% ABV, and the predominant flavor is included in the name. Add all of these rules together, and you now know why it's called Fireball Cinnamon Whiskey.
You'll see that Fireball Cinnamon, it looks like Fireball, it looks like the Fireball whiskey, but it is not even whiskey.
If I got an open container of Fireball whiskey in my car, Spencer, I'm going to jail. I'm going to have to call you. Right?
You're exactly right. And I think what you're alluding to is that it's almost like what's called strict liability. There's not, as there is here, there is the opportunity to say, well, I did it for all these different reasons, all these different excuses. The cop who pulls you over isn't really going to take kindly to those excuses about why the open container was in your car.